Guys, I would like to apologize formally for my actions and remind you that if you donate 10 UK pounds to my PayPal with your address in the message, you can get a painting by me. They won't all look like this. This was a test one. I'll sign the back of it. It's currently blank. It's nice sometimes to be reminded of things. Okay, bye. Love you. I'm sorry, I couldn't say that without laughing. Something's wrong with me emotionally. Okay, hi, good morning. This is actually one of the paintings. Good morning to the dogs. Guys, I just woke up, okay? I can't think of words. I finished all the other orders. This is for the next person who orders. I don't know if it's finished. Like, donate over 10 UK pounds and you too can have a small painting. I don't know if I'm gonna leave it like this. It's kind of curving up top. Painting starts at like 8 minutes in. Thought you'd want to know. I mean, it's none of my business. If you want to be rude and skip, but God, it starts at 8 minutes. Thought you might want to know. Thought it might be an important piece of information. But yeah, I didn't show the other paintings because I sent them out. I already have them in the envelopes before I remembered I had to take a picture of them. But this one's not sent out yet. Okay, let's do more paintings today, but I'm definitely going to shower first. I've been waiting for the energy to actually go do something. I'm going to do a drawing or a painting of one of those. Oh, why are you on the floor? That's so weird. You like passed out. That's so weird. It's like you're lying down and I'm like explaining to you what I'm going to do today, but you're still sleeping. You know, it's like you wake up and this is what you see. Good morning. This angle would work, honestly. It would work if I had a light. If I had a light source coming from here, but I do not have a light source. Unless I literally... wait. Does this work? Is this like a light source? Like I am being blinded by the light, but that's fine. I suppose if it works. Like if I look good, then I'll do anything. What was I doing today? I have stuff I have to do. Number 1, resend the email. Number 2, address a letter I haven't addressed yet. Number 3, send the letters. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. And I woke up this morning stressed out about nothing. I woke up stressed out about nothing, so I'm still stressed even though I've done nothing today. But it's like, you're pathetic, you're pathetic. Oh, I also have to call the doctor. Write that down. I have to phone call an automated service to give them my name to reorder a prescription. It's that easy. It's that easy. And you know what else? Yesterday I bought crackers. And I bought sugar-free cookies that taste like dark chocolate and sweetener. But it's fine because they're cookies. It's fine because they're cookies. Sure, they have the same amount of calories as a regular cookie, and probably the sweetener's not very healthy. If a dog can't eat sweetener, but humans can, I mean, even though I think sugar's good for you. Can I say that? I think sugar's good for you. I think there's something in sugar. It's more natural than sweetener. I think a little bit of sugar is better than a lot of sweetener. As somebody who's not a doctor. It's hard for me to actually look at the camera because I'm being blinded by the light. There's a hole where something was. She ain't no diva. I'll literally be doing this because I want to procrastinate. So it's like, talk to yourself. Can you like guide me through? It's fine. Sometimes you just wake up and you're already stressed out and nothing's even happened. Outfit check. I hate my outfit. Maybe that's the problem. Because today I was like, you know, I've been wearing this green hoodie and like men's extra large bottoms for like 4 days. Maybe if I'd like change my clothes I'll feel better, but I don't actually. I feel worse. Maybe it's my fucking outfit. Maybe it's my fucking outfit and my fucking snatched waist. Maybe my fucking snatched waist is like causing me depression. Maybe it's like, oh. Ugh. God, I have to send an email. Guys, I have to send an email. Just like do a few things. If I sent an email and I fucking called that automated service, I wouldn't even be stressed out anymore. Like, I just have to do like one thing and I'm fine. But I'm doing this instead. Do you think my hair stopped growing? I think it stopped growing like entirely. I changed my outfit, addressed the email, sent the email even, addressed the letter, called the doctor, they were closed. I think it's time to paint. I'm so pretty. Like 4 people who keep commenting on my hairline. There was a comment on an older video that said I love the side parting, and then I updated that in a recent video commenting on my hair and the side parting situation and how it's currently middle parted and why. And there were comments being like, no, side part your hair, and some people being like, oh, okay, I see the middle part, I understand it, I get it, it works. The middle part is because these bits are so short I couldn't possibly side part them, and the plan all along was for whenever my hair grows long. Usually I remember I have like a habit of whenever it's long just running my hair through it and side parting it naturally. That's just another update on my hair. I didn't realize I have to do it, but some people are obsessed. Some people, excluding me, think about the direction in which my hair is parted, and that's weird, but also I love it because then I have an excuse to talk about my thoughts on the way that my hair is parted, because I do have thoughts about it. The middle parting, it takes upkeep because my hair naturally, it has a cowlick. It goes this way. So whenever I have to wash my hair, when it's drying, I put hairspray on it, and then I put a hat on it to keep it flat, to keep it in this position while it dries. And then it's good to go. That's why I feel like I look so good today, because it's actually sitting parted and not like a frizzy mess in the front. It's a frizzy mess in the back, but that's fine. We're growing it out. The back doesn't concern me right now. No, neither. Sorry for the weird angle, I just don't feel like setting up the setup. Because today I'm painting, so I really don't need the like makeup mukbang cakey setup. Fucking, I got this cream blush. I feel like if I put it here, it's like... I thought because I had cheekbones, the blush has to go all the way back. But I realized that's like lengthening my face in a weird way. And it's better to kind of keep those areas free from blush. So then it kind of shortens it. It like creates this like diamond shape. No diva. I'm being lit right now by David Copperfield. There you are, young Copperfield. A royal spread you've got. I couldn't think of doing the honors of a feast. This is a photo I took like 4, 5, 6 years ago, and this is what I'm going to be painting. Thank you. There's like a shit ton of talcum powder I spilled on this. Don't even worry. Don't even sweat it. Don't even sweat it at all in the slightest. Guys, gonna be honest, I fell asleep yesterday. I did this, and I thought, you know what? I'm hungry. I think it's dinner time. And I made dinner, and after I ate my dinner, I couldn't even concentrate on this. I was so tired. I went to bed, and I didn't even sleep till like 3 in the morning. And I found this really good fan fiction. And the first thing I did when I woke up this morning was keep reading it. There's like 4 parts. It's currently my obsession, and I'm sorry. I did get so tired though. I had to like leave. I had to go to lie in my bed. I think it's because I didn't sleep much the night before, so I just couldn't function at all. At all. Anyway, so I'm just going to draw a little picture because I think I started doing this scene yesterday and my heart just was not in it. So what picture should we do? What picture should we do? I'm gonna, I don't know. I don't know what picture we should do. Let me think for a moment. Let me meditate on it. You know, I haven't done this simple painting of people just basking in sunlight yet. I'm wearing glasses. Let me remove them. Sunglasses. Red ones like Tony Stark. Okay. That's not the middle of the page. It's so like a consequence of me reading Spider-Man fanfiction is that they keep referencing events that happened in Civil War, but I don't really remember Civil War. Zoned out because I don't care. Like, I'm ambivalent towards conflict. You know, people start arguing and I don't care. But it's fun to see them fight each other. Reading about these characters, especially Spider-Man, Peter Parker, there's like so much more to his character in my head now than there actually is in the source material, which is the movies, not the comics. So I'm noticing a lot more things, like how he's stronger than most of the other Avengers and he's just a little spider boy. I never caught that before. So here's the sun. Here's some stars. This started as an exercise in painting, like painting practice. And I was going to do real scenes with the, I don't know how to describe this, like drawn ones, like cartoony ones, like obviously I tried to do a real landscape yesterday, and then I got bored. But I can't keep painting scenes like this without ever using a reference, you know, because it's just going to become an incomprehensible mess at some point if I don't actually practice how to actually paint. I do know how to actually paint, but I don't put that much time into it. I'm more of a drawer. My dog's scratching herself. I'm just gonna have like a pair of hands, right? Kind of reaching up to the sun. This is not realism, I just want to put that out there. We will be painting over this, so it doesn't really matter if the drawing is that messy. I always imagine these people to have beats, because it's like ancient. These are like ancient people worshipping the earth. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Clothing? You know, I haven't dressed any of them in a while. No, let's do naked. It's like a back view. I drew them bigger than I was supposed to. Whoops. Anyway, I think I'm a fan of the Avengers now because of the fanfiction I'm reading. Like, someone wrote a story that made me care about the Avengers and see the appeal of Peter Parker and their relationship. Before I was ambivalent. I didn't care. Like, their upper body's definitely bigger than their lower body. What if I like moved their ass upward a little bit? And I don't know. I want to have like a bird. No reference, just do a fucking bird. Its wings up. No reference. Just go crazy with it. Just go crazy with it. Just go crazy with it. Birds are very circular, like cats. Cats are very circular. Their faces are almost like an exact circle. The way cats' faces are made, it's fucking crazy. Like, you'd think they'd be easy to draw, but I actually have difficult time doing it. At a reference, because they're literally just circles. They're literally like, draw a circle. And then within that you should have a cat, right? You should have, circle. I think it's because I don't really draw good circles. But who does, really? They have these tiny little ears that don't even, like they should exist within their own circle. Does this make sense? Like, this is kind of how I see cats. And then circular. Circular. I don't know. I forget what like cats' noses look like. They have tiny little noses. This nose is too big for a cat. Circular. Circular. They're just kind of circular creatures. Like, just draw a fucking circle. This is off topic. I'm sorry. But then a dog is like angular. They're like, you know what I mean? Wolf. Like, that's how you tell the difference between a dog and a cat, right? This is a dog. And then, like, this is a cat. Does this help? Does this illustration help anything? You know? And then this is a dog. Woof, 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 woof. You know what I mean? Thanks for listening. But big cats are weird. Big cats are like the ends of their faces are kind of bulbous. I'm so sorry I did this without a reference. Like that's a tiger or some shit. You know, it's like rawr. But then they're still rhymed. Anyway, thanks for listening to my TED Talk about rhymed animals. Birds are also rhymed. Their faces are like literally like a bird. It's like, and then their eye goes here. And then it's like they're like it's like they're perfect little beings, you know. Like draw a circle, and then the head should be like within the circle. If you like if you saw a bird, you could put a circle over it and it would like match up. Does this make sense, anybody? It's like secret geometry, but stupid. Tweet. 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 I swear I'm not losing my mind. Maybe. My chair keeps squeaking, by the way. I'm not farting. As far as you know. As far as you can tell. I was gonna have multiple people in this scene, but you know what? I dedicate too much time into thinking about what I'm going to draw instead of just doing it. This is creative expressionism. Creative expressionism. I see like a building over here. A cow. No reference, I'm gonna do this out the gate. Cow, cow. Cow, 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 cow. Moo. The cow is fucking huge. It's meant to be so far in the fucking background. Kai. This one looks less like a Kai, but whatever. Kai. I don't really like the clouds. Let's get the painting. Should I start at the back? Start at the top even, up here. So the sky is blue. I kind of want it to be purple or red. Kind of feeling a green, reddish purple, green, reddish purple. I already have a purple. Can you even see? I already have a purple mixture. It's not mold, it's powder. It's talcum powder to thicken the acrylic paint. Because, that's how I do. This is not the color I foresaw for myself. I don't know why I put the red into this, because that is not the fucking purple I should have been going for either. It's so muted, and I got all these other colors that I didn't need to be mixed with the purple I was going for, but now they're mixed with the purple. I hate these little squares, because the paint gets stuck in the sides, like on the fucking sides of the fucking square. And it's harder to mix. You think it's easier to mix because it's in a set area, but no, it's fucking harder. I don't know if this is the color I wanted, but I'm gonna fucking go for it. I want some water. There's like a bunch of shit that I don't know about the actual medium of acrylic painting. I know that there's something you might dilute the paints with that's not water, first of all. Whenever I oil paint, I use cooking oil to dilute it. And then guess what? It doesn't dry. And I know I know oil paint, it has a long drying time, but the way I do it, years later that shit's still wet, and I don't know what to do about it. So, I think oil paints look better, but you know, acrylic paint, it's cheaper, it's easier to find. So many reasons why I should be doing it instead. I need a different brush. This was a mistake. How is there still red in this paint that's not mixed? Riddle me this, butt man. Now I got a splotch of red. I gotta fucking whatever. You know, I think it adds to it. Probably. If I were making excuses, I would say it adds to it. You know what I've been thinking about recently? How every time a girl goes to every woman I know, they go to the doctor for anything, a headache, a leg injury, a bone problem, losing weight, their hair's falling out, they're depressed, they have a cold, their throat's sore, anything. Migraines, passing out. It's always the same thing. Doctors always be saying it's a hormone problem. And I've been thinking, why do men never get diagnosed with a hormone problem? They don't go to the doctor for a really, really bad, more than a cold, a flu, you know, and the doctor tells them it's a hormone problem. Men have hormones too. Why do theirs never play up? I feel like it's like people say anxiety is the new doctors diagnosing women with hysteria. I think it's a hormone problem is really the new. It's like they see a woman come in and they're like, well, you've got anxiety, that's your problem, that's your fault, and also it's your hormones. And I'm a male doctor, so maybe go to a woman doctor. I've never experienced this, but that's because I don't go to doctors. But I'm just commenting on what I see around me. Because they're like, it's a hormone problem, and I'm asking oh well, what did they say is wrong with your hormones? And they're like, well, I don't know, I have to get my bloods tested. And then their blood results come back and everything's normal. And then the doctor says that there's nothing they can do because their blood test was normal, even though they said it was a hormone problem, whenever it's very clearly not. I gotta go charge my phone. I'm just looking for things to talk about. I gotta charge my phone. Okay, so my phone's on the charger. My phone's like, it's like completely on the charger. Like, I don't think you understand how on the charger my phone is. It's so on the charger that I have to move my arm to avoid touching the charger on which my phone is on. So true and also factual and based. I don't have the same energy I did earlier. I went downstairs and I did some dishes. So I'm calmer as a person. Coming back to this. Let me be the first. I always think that when I paint, but then it ends up looking fine at the end because I find a way to fix it. I have to find something to prime the paper with because the texture of the thin paint, at least on the paper, it's, you know, it looks dry. I have a primer. A homemade acrylic primer made out of water and PVA glue, some talcum powder, and white acrylic paint. Because that's what like a YouTuber told me to do 10 years ago, and I still haven't changed the recipe. Because it works. I'm gonna try, I know if there's already paint on this image. I'm gonna try see if I can apply it and then see if it actually makes a difference. It might spread the purple around, but it's fine. So I put it in this spray bottle, which is like an antibacterial thingy for clothes I bought during COVID. Because I was paranoid about the clothes that was in my wardrobe. Because I thought that it would spray evenly, like it sprayed the stuff, but it just kind of sprays in one single stream. I guess it's not spraying anymore. I guess glue clogged it. Wow, I'm gonna open it up. I haven't used this in a while, actually. I'm gonna pour some on. Whoa, that's too much. You can get a big brush and spread it about. And I hope it doesn't saturate the page so much that the page falls apart. I guess, you know, I'm not painting from reference, but it's still a learning process. I'm still learning every time I do it. Even if it's not the most perfect of methods. Okay. A little more, maybe. Heartbreak is one thing, my ego's enough. So, this was made so long ago. I'm not really even sure of the contents of the mixture, like the ratios or what. I can definitely feel the glue doing what it do, but yeah, that still looks dry, but it's fine. It's for painting on top of. Is this the brush I was using? I just sat it on the table like an idiot. Dunst? Kristen Dunst? Okay. The application looks a little smoother. I mean, I feel like it won't. I don't know. We'll see. I have a lot of feelings. I kind of put on this annoying voice because it's easier to talk. It's easier to talk if I put on an annoying, like, maybe I do this. Maybe I'll do this. What I really wanted to do today was watch that Wonder Woman animated movie. I heard about it. I saw it. It looked really good. I wanted to, because I make collages for like art reference. I wanted to take screenshots from it, put them in like a collage, and then draw Wonder Woman. expand my mental like visual dictionary of like mental references I can pull from, because now I've got Wonder Woman from the Wonder Woman movie and how they drew. I don't know, I just saw a picture from the movie and I saw like the way they drew her arm muscle. And being a nerd, I wanted to see how I could draw Wonder Woman, because I've never been happy with how she looks. I'm not even a DC fan. I like Doom Patrol. Well, I like Doom Patrol. I guess I am a DC fan. I like Doom Patrol, and I'm somewhat aware of Teen Titans through Doom Patrol. Because they interact a lot. Of course I know who Batman is. I don't watch, and I'm not like into Batman. I think Robin's story is interesting. The different variations of Robin. But I'm not really into DC. It's just dark. It's very dark. I know there's like whimsical elements, but I feel like Marvel's more whimsical. Marvel's more fun. But I enjoy Doom Patrol because they're very weird. The whole premise is being weird, and I like that. I like whenever stories are weird. Because it's fiction, it should be weird. And I know comics are weird. That's why people like them. But Doom Patrol is very not afraid of how weird they are. Because it's one of those... every single superhero group, every single one is like, we're the freaks, we're the outcasts, we're the losers, that's why we team up together, because no one else understands us. But bro, every single group can't be the outsiders. Every single one. Our powers are just too weird. You don't understand. I'm a brain inside a robot. That's never been done before. I'm a stretchy girl. I'm Elastigirl. That's literally the weirdest power ever. No one could ever love a stretchy woman. I understand they take a more body horror approach to being a superhero. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm critiquing. I love Doom Patrol, and here I am critiquing it for no reason other than I ran out of things to talk about. There's like fucking dog hair attached to everything right now. So what's up? How are you? Why is there dog hair stuck to my hand? Heartbreak is one thing, my ego's another. Don't you... What the hell's the next line? Don't you dare embarrass me, motherfucker, now. Like, I never remember how it goes. The lyrics something like that. I had that you're an actor, so act like a stand-up guy. I wanna no. So what's up, guys? What's up? How's your day been? So, okay, what was I saying? I was saying stuff I wanted to do today. Stuff I want to do. Let's talk about it. Maybe it will keep me awake and active and alert this day, because I often forget what I'm doing and then I just go to sleep. But let's go through some motivations I have. I want to take references from the Wonder Woman animated movie I heard some people talking about. I want to draw Wonder Woman in a way that I see that I would, I don't know, I just wanted to be more muscular. I saw, there's like a comic run, I don't remember what it's called, fuck. It's like an alternate universe comic run of Captain America. And there's like a bunch of DC people. I think it's like a whole DC thing. Different, done in different style. The art looked very familiar. It looked kind of like a Peter Chung, Jonah Vasquez, kind of very 90s, edgy. I think it was inspired by, I don't remember what the actual comic is called, but it's inspired by German Expressionism. It probably narrows it down and makes it easier to find. It specifically references that era of art, or that style of art. You know, like Tim Burton, German Expressionism, which a lot of people who are into that kind of art probably hate me right now for saying Tim Burton, but I feel like it's the quickest way to get people who don't understand to understand what I'm talking about. Edgy 90s art, okay. Klasky Chupo type unrealism. So I also wanna take images from that and maybe find that comic online and look through it. Also, I have Doom Patrol episodes downloaded. I need to find an animation software that works. Was gonna do it in Photoshop, my Photoshop stopped working. So download a different version of Photoshop and just quickly storyboard in some animation for the Doom Patrol. Remember I was talking about how cool it would be if there was a Doom Patrol cartoon like X-Men 97 and it was like the comic art. Direct inspiration from the comic art. And just find like parts in the show that match up with parts in the comic, which might be difficult. I think the show takes the characters obviously but puts them in a completely different setting, and it does a lot more with who they are as people. I only read the modern comic run of Doom Patrol. I only read from, I think 2015, it might be 2016. You know, Casey, the fuck is her last name? Space Casey. Her, like, centered stories. So I don't really know what the show, I know she appears in it. And I was glad because I was like, you know, I don't really know much about the history of Doom Patrol. I know one character. Well, I knew a lot of the characters. I really like Larry Trainer. I really like him. I felt like he could have done more in the show, gonna be honest, as he was kind of a background character. It was more like the Jane and Clint story, and then it very quickly became about what the fuck was the girl's name? Was her name Dorothy? Or am I losing my mind? Is that because they reference the Wizard of Oz? That I think her name it's like Dorothy, right? Her name's Dorothy? It's not Dorothy. The show very quickly became about her. And that's fine. Every time it focused on Larry, it was so like sad and depressing. And I know that's his life. I know that's the show. I know that's the characters. They're sad. They're depressed. They're going through a lot because because they've been alive for too long and they're constantly being traumatized, and every episode is group therapy. I understand the point. But thinking back on it, the only things I remember are Clint referencing Riverdale. Haven't you ever wondered why you haven't seen me without this hat? It's because I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in. You know, I remember that scene. I remember a lot about it. Guys, okay. Cyborg. You know Cyborg from Teen Titans? And also the fucking... What's that team called? The DC Avengers. The Justice League? Why is Cyborg in every single superhero team? He's just fucking everywhere. Bro is busy. Scary. So is Aqualad, but he isn't in any media. The only media I've ever seen Aqualad in is Teen Titans Go. But he's in like in the comics, he's in like every group. But I've only ever seen him appear in other media in fucking Teen Titans Go. But guys, Teen Titans Go is funny. I didn't understand the hate for it. Maybe season 1 was boring to like an adult. I'm not gonna get into this. I thought it was hilarious as an adult because my niece watched it a lot. And so I watched it as a fully grown adult and was laughing at it. Like, it's fucking hilarious. I don't understand how you as an adult can watch a kids TV show that uses they're using the Teen Titans characters, but it's a completely different thing. Like, why don't you just let it be what it is, and what it is funny? I'm sorry you don't like comedy. And you only like cartoons whenever it's like anime and serious. Please, please, please don't prove I'm right. Please, please, please don't bring me to tears when I just use my makeup so nice. I'm just going to pan over these stars and then hope that I remember that there were in fact stars there. And then paint them back in. Like someone who knows what she's doing. Right, okay, so I'm gonna do my little Doom Patrol animation project. If I can find a scene that suits. And it's not really animation, it's just kind of like storyboards using the comic art. Or an animatic if you prefer that term. An animatic is like a storyboard but with more frames. More going on. But I like to call it a storyboard. It's less intimidating. Animatic. The term animatic kind of pisses me off. It kind of pisses me off a little. Why can't it just be a detailed storyboard in motion form, huh? Huh? Why can't I just call it that? Instead of the actual word that it is. You guys, why do I get pissed so easily? What's wrong with me? That was the wrong color. I just lifted. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. So, I wanted to do that today. I also wanted to find... I thought the Tom Holland You know, it's on me. I thought the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies were on Disney Plus. I don't know why I thought Tom Holland was Marvel Studios. I don't know why I thought that. I guess I must have been an idiot. But I wanted to take screenshots and references of him and draw Spider-Man because I have, as you know, I'd be writing a lot of stories. And one of them I just want to illustrate a little bit. And I want to take reference from these characters. And also, you know, I was saying how I'm going to do the water reflection here, so I'm going to take some blue and white. You know, I was talking about, what the hell was I talking about? Right, that fucking Spider-Man fanfiction that I won't shut up about, but I won't even tell you what it is because it's embarrassing, obviously. I'm not going to tell you the name of it, just that it's very long and it's very entertaining. I want to draw fan art off it because listen, self-expression's not embarrassing. Self-expression is not embarrassing. Some of the best works are fan creations. The Vitruvian Man was Da Vinci's fan work of Vitruvius's theories and shit. Secret geometry, etc. I've already discussed this. Guys, I'm repeating myself because I ran out of things to talk about. That's just a few things I wanted to do today. I knew I needed to finish this video because yesterday I fell asleep and that was like in the back of my mind. I also knew I wanted to draw Spider-Man for fun because it's, you know, I don't know if I want to do that on camera because I haven't drawn in a while. I've been painting, so I'm kind of embarrassed about my drawing skills. And also, this needs more white, I think. Wait. Yeah, wait. I have to like think really hard right now about how water reflection works. How the ocean reflection works. I had a reference yesterday. I was painting the ocean yesterday. I had a reference. I pulled it up. So it should be in my head, the image of the ocean reflecting the sky I was looking at. However, the image is not in my head. The further things get away in the background, the more faded they become, meaning the more blue and white. The more part of the sky they become, let's just say that. And the sky I did was purple. So the ocean back there should be more purple, right? But then as it gets closer, shouldn't that still be purple? Because it's still reflecting the sky. The sky doesn't go away, but reflections act weirdly on the ocean, on water, in a mirror. Maybe because you're not looking from the sky downward, it's not reflecting straight at the ocean. It's reflecting what you're seeing back to you and what you're seeing. Oh my god. Do I have to be a fucking physicist? Do I have to be a fucking It's fine. It's fine. Just add some red to it and move on. But there's also the question of how white it should be. Does it get brighter as it gets closer? The ocean is clear. It's a little dark. It's got different densities. What ocean are we looking at, huh? Huh? Why do I feel like last year, or maybe this year, but last year, okay, India, I think it was India, landed on the south side of the moon. They landed on the dark side of the moon. I feel like I was the only person in the entire world who was excited, who was happy. Oh my god, we landed, meaning we as a planet landed on the moon. They sent a fucking rover up there. And I was telling people, I was like, oh my god, they like landed on the moon yesterday. And nobody cared. But I cared. It was so long ago, I don't even remember what they were doing up there. Obviously collecting samples. But it had been, nobody has been on that side of the fucking moon before. For whatever reason. I actually need to read up on the moon. I need to read up on what has been going on up there. What color does the ocean get as it gets closer to our eyes? Obviously, I think it would be reflecting the land. It would be reflecting the land. Or, see, the sun is up here, so it would be reflecting the sun here. Okay. So it's like an outward in kind of a thing. It's like an outward in kind of a thing. Okay. Okay. Green? Shit. I don't know. I guess I should paint the sky, the sun, and then figure that out. Gold goes with purple. I've got kind of a goldish color mixed here. Or as close as gold as one can get. Why is there green underneath? It's so thick, it's like putty. It's fine. I'm just going to fucking smear it on. I need a different brush, I think. This one's very... Excuse me. Yeah, let's use this one. Just to lift. Whoops. I gotta stop touching it. Heartbreak is one thing, my ego's another. I think you guys should read fanfiction. I really do. I never cared about the Avengers until I saw them through the eyes of this story. And now I'm like obsessed. It like sent me through a fucking loop. I abandoned reading. Well, I didn't abandon it entirely, but I put on hold some responsibilities. And I put on hold my reading of David Copperfield. In favor of angsty Spider-Man. Angsty Peter Parker. I'm just amazed at what people can come up with using pre-existing characters, because I know most fan fiction is people what's the word? Projecting onto fictional characters. Projecting onto fictional characters as like an emotional coping mechanism for trauma or just stuff that happened in their life. They're like, well, they're like, maybe they're anxious, they're thinking about stuff that could happen. And so they write a little story about when this happens to, like, Dave from Homestuck. Dave from Homestuck gets his period. Stuff like that. And depending on the writer, it can be funny or it can be a really moving emotional piece because it comes from the writer's heart. Not talking about like sexual stuff. I read a Batman fanfiction, and a lot of Batman stuff, obviously, it's taking an alternate look at Batman and the Joker's relationship. Obviously, a lot of people ship them. That's no secret. The fucking Lego Batman movie shipped them. It's not a secret, guys. And I was able to read that whole thing and just skip all of the sex scenes and still be emotionally invested. Why did I skip all the sex scenes? I was not interested. I was not interested in reading about two men fucking. One of them being the Joker and the other being Batman. I don't care how they get down. I'm here for a story. Legitimately. And I still enjoyed it. The Spider-Man one, thank God, isn't sexual. It's just like it's a story about his stresses and his traumas of being Spider-Man. And it's wonderful. Because he's such a little kid. And it's... Looking at him, there's like scenes where it's from Tony Stark's point of view. And I'm honestly more emotionally invested in Tony as a parent, as a parental figure. Like him, like this person writing Tony Stark not knowing how to handle a child made me cry. I was crying because parenting is difficult. As someone who's not a parent, I was like, oh my god, he's trying his best. I'm so sympathetic towards these fictional characters now. And if this story, like, the names were changed, so it wasn't these pre-existing Marvel characters, if the names were changed and some elements of the story were changed, so it's not like the Avengers and stuff, and it was just like a guy with these powers and, like, you know, other stuff going on. And he was left in the care of like this billionaire guy. Like, I think they could do a 50 Shades of Grey thing where they just alter the names and some of the characteristics and release it as a book, because I want a hardback copy of this thing. I want a hardback copy. Heartbreak is one thing, my hero's another. Don't dare embarrass me while I'm and all of the characters are so in character. Like, there's never a moment, usually when reading fanfiction, I'm like, Natasha Romanoff wouldn't act like that. Well, I don't usually read Marvel fanfiction, but... Well, I do if they're short. If they're short and they sound weird, because usually the weirder the author is with it, like... trying to think of like a weird concept. Thomas the Tank Engine meets My Little Pony. Something like that, and if it was like 2 pages long, 2 chapters, I'd read it. But if it was like a fucking saga, I wouldn't even think about it. So usually I'd read like short things like that from characters that I'm familiar with, and usually I'm like, well, this character I don't think would act like that at all, and they're just kind of using this character's name, but they're changing the character completely, and that's fine, it's their story. But this story isn't like that. They're literally so real with it in terms of how these characters would be written from an official Marvel source. I need a life. I think. This is my life. Guys, I don't mean to be mean to myself. This is my life. I love my life. It's actually wonderful. Thank you so much for your fucking donations, by the way. I actually feel like I'm fucking making a living now. Like I'm not like I'm like making a living. Should this guy be green? I think he should be bright yellow. Because I'm painting, which is fucking wonderful. I feel less stressed out knowing there's a small chance I could have a future doing this. You know, I'm less frazzled. I haven't spiraled out in a while. Haven't, I stopped stress eating. Lost some weight. That's fucking wonderful for me. Fucking wonderful. I'm able to read and actually focus on what I'm reading, as is evident by my rant about Marvel fanfiction. I'm able to think about actually sitting down and doing an animation project rather than just cancelling out that entire part of my life because university didn't go as I wanted it to. Where, by the way, I studied animation. Whether or not that was a mistake, I'm not even going to comment on. I think I could have been... Like, I want to be a scientist because it sounds important. But what do scientists even do? You know, you study biochemical engineering. After you graduate, where do you go? Where do you actually go from there? Unless you have like a hypothesis, unless you have like a plan of fucking inventing like medication or some shit and you get it funded, you have a lab to work in. Where do you, like, you're not planning on becoming a teacher or professor? Where do you go with that degree? You become a high school science teacher? You work at Starbucks? Which, by the way, is a hard job to get. There was a period in my life where I went into every single store I walked by and asked if they were hiring, and every single one either said no or you have to apply online. Have you tried Indeed? And then I went home and I drew a comic about it. Are you guys hiring? Have you tried Indeed? Are you guys hiring? Have you tried Indeed? And then you go on Indeed and nobody's hiring on there. Or no, they are. They have like 15 open positions. And then you go in person and they're like, well, you have to apply online. I'm like, why do I have to apply online? I'm literally here. And I found out recently it's apparently embarrassing. Like, that's just not something people do anymore, is actually go in person. And that's like a really insane thought to think. And I didn't know that. I guess I'm still living 10 years behind when that was what you do. But now this is what I do. I just realized I missed a couple of layers with this guy, but it's fine. This is just like the underlayer. I tell myself. It's just what I tell myself. It's just the underlayer. It's fine. It kind of looks like lemon grab. from Adventure Time. Get some blue and fucking... Is this drawing coming along, guys? Please, 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 don't prove I'm right. Please, 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 don't bring me to tears when I just did my makeup so nice. Heartbreak is one thing, my ego's another. Don't dare embarrass me, motherfucker. I feel like I can't end this until I finish the painting, but this is like a 2 to 3 day process. So I'm gonna end this here, and I'm gonna probably pick it up again later, but I'm not gonna film it. But I feel like if I stop filming, I have like nothing else to do today. But I know I just listed a bunch of stuff that I wanted to do today. But I would rather stress out about stuff I don't actually have to do than stress about the things that I want to do. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Am I making sense right now? Okay, I gotta go. Thank you for joining me.